We're taking them out like a smack.
What's up, bowlers? It's a Motiv Maniac, and I am back today to sand this pearl. We're going to take this 5,000 grit pearl down to 3,000. Yes, I know a lot of you are going to say, hey, that's a 5,500 laser pearl. Give some of you some advice real quick. Never throw a ball that you can't replicate the surface on. You got to replicate the surface. That ball comes 5,500 laser. Once it comes time that you want that ball back to box finish, you bring it to the pro shop, guess what? You're getting 5,000 polished. We can't replicate 5,500 laser. I do this with every ball. The Evoke came with 2,000 grit out of the box. I can't replicate that little bit of shine that comes from the manufacturer. I can't do it. So soon as I take my Evoke out of the box, it's a 2,000 grit. I take me a 2,000 grit True Cut pad from Creating the Difference, CTD Bowling. I hit that really quick. You don't really sand it. You just knock off that box shine. That way, when it comes time to getting your ball back to how it was reacting when you first started throwing it, you can replicate that. You cannot replicate the manufacturer's finish on the ball. You can't do it. No ball, I don't care what it is, you're not going to get it exact. That's why you see the Jackal Ambush comes from Motiv at 1,000 grit out of the box. It still has shine on it. You throw that ball a couple times, you hit it with 1,000 pad, and now you don't have the shine on it, and now the ball is reacting different. Anyway, that was just a quick thing to let you know about the surface. So yes, that is a 5,000 grit polished. We're going to take it down to 3,000 grit dull. The reason I'm doing this past tournament, I was trying to throw this ball, threw it one frame. Last game I threw it one frame in each lane. It was not doing what I wanted to. Actually bowled pretty good. Danny bowled really well. Here's the thing. We got matched up against a pro from Storm that through a 863 series, and he ended up having 2 300 games that day in the same day. So I needed a ball that was going to react better. I ended up having to go to the Evoke, moving 6 boards to my left, dropping my speed a little bit just to get over 220 game. I think if I had this ball at 3,000 grit, I would have definitely been able to shoot a lot higher because I would have been able to stay in my comfort zone. Also going to give you some numbers real quick that they're kind of interesting. The Hyper Venom Pearl from Motiv versus the GOAT from Motiv, the Venom Shock. You guys know the Jackal Ghost and the Venom Shock, 2 longest running balls in bowling right now. So they both are symmetrical. They both have an RG of 2.48. They both have a differential of 0.34. And they both have the Motiv gear core. The only difference is that is a reactive pearl on the Hyper Venom, and the Venom Shock is with their MFS technology, which is Motiv's medium friction solid. The Venom Shock is at 4,000 grit. That comes 5,500 grit laser out of the box. So I can't take this ball to 4,000 grit and match what the Venom Shock is. Can't do that. But I think I can take it down a little more to 3,000 grit, and this Hyper Venom is going to be almost what a Venom Shock is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot 5 shots here today with the polish on the ball before we sand it. I'm going to piece in us sanding it so you can see the difference in what the cover looks like, and then we're going to shoot 5 shots with it sanded where we can see the difference. My goal with this is to make this Hyper Venom read just a little earlier. If I can get it to read in the middle about 2 feet earlier, that's what I want. If you guys notice the last few times I've thrown that ball, it goes just a little too long for me. So we are going to sand a pearl today, guys. I know a lot of people say don't sand it. Jump over to CTD Bowling's videos. Look through all of their older videos. Ronald has a lot that shows you sanding a pearl, and the difference between a pearl and a solid and a hybrid is the bowling ball company's trying to sell more balls. So we're going to show you how to do this today at the lanes. I'm going to throw, take me 5 minutes to sand, back on the lanes. You can do this in between your practice session with the CTD pads. All right, guys, here we are. We're going to throw the Motiv Hyper Venom. This is at the 5,000 polished pearl. This is a transitioned lane, so we're where we need to be with the Hyper Venom or the Venom Shock. It is a dry to medium oil pattern. It has been transitioned from last night's league, has not been re-oiled. So we're going to go to my happy zone, 25. I'm going to aim at 10 or 15. I still think this ball is going to be too long for what I'm wanting, but we're going to throw 5 shots with it. I missed my mark there. Okay, so I missed the mark by 6 boards to the left. And you can see it almost struck. So if I would have hit my mark 6 boards to the right, I would have went right past the head pin. I would have went into, I'm going to venture to say I may have hit the 9-10 pin. And just show you guys, there is no oil on the ball. Nowhere on the ball there's oil. So this ball should be perfect for this. I could adjust speed and get to the pocket if I wanted to. All right, perfect shot. That's what I was afraid of. That's where it goes a little long. So I can adjust my speed with this ball and get to the pocket. We'll do that. You can just see how long the ball is. I'm going to adjust my speed and see if I can get you guys a strike with the pearl version of this ball. I'm having to work a little too hard though. I don't want to adjust my speed much. Do it a lot slower. And that's the exact reaction I said was going to happen on that first throw if I hit my mark. Exactly. Too far. My speed there, 14 at the pins. I'm going to say that was about 16 and a half off my hand. So for this ball to work for me from my happy spot to where I don't have to move, I've got to drop that 1.5 miles. A lot slower. You can see how it reacted when I dropped the speed. That speed was 3 miles an hour slower at the pins. So I said I needed 1.5 miles. So I needed to be right in between that. Still staying in my happy zone. The reason I'm not moving, guys, is because we're shooting this after I sand it, so you can see the difference. Same spot, a little faster this time. That's a little faster. And we got to the pocket and right in the middle. It went up by 0.5 miles an hour. 0.5 mile an hour went up, we got to the pocket. But you can see it took me it took me 5 throws to get to that. It took 5 throws. We reset the first and second, so it took me 5 throws to get there. See if I can duplicate that throw exactly for you guys. That should strike also. Oh, went Brooklyn. Let's see where we went. We dropped 0.2. 0.2. This is actually a good shot here. I'm not gonna reset it. I want you guys to see why I want to take this pearl off of this finish. I'm going to shoot this fair with this, and it's going to be almost like shooting with my plastic spare ball. It didn't even hook. It went straight down. Straight down and hit it. No hook at all. Threw the ball. I threw that ball 2 miles an hour faster than I did the strike ball, and it hooked 0. I'll throw one more shot with it, and then I'm going to sand it down for you guys and let you see what happens then. That should be a strike. Hey, it's a strike. Wasn't the prettiest strike, but it was a strike. All right, guys, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to sand this ball, and you're going to see the reaction from the same spot compared to what it is now. All right, guys, we are about to sand this Hyper Venom Pearl. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down. I was going to do a 2000, straight from the 5500 laser down to 2000. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this with a 1500 pad to really get the shine off of it. And then I'm going to hit it with the 3000 pad. This is the True Cut sanding pad from Creating the Difference and CTD Bowling. What we're trying to do here is Ronald told me that if I'm trying to replicate what the Venom Shock is with this Hyper Venom, the Venom Shock is a 4000 grit sanded. So we're going to hit this and take it down to 3000. That should get it closer to the 4000 sanded. And also, as we all know, well, a lot of you may not know, after 3 or 4 throws at 3000, the ball is going to be at 4700. Doesn't matter what you sand the ball down to. If you don't do this after every game, every one of your balls is going to eventually get the lane shine and it's going to get to 4700. I have a ball scanner coming next week, so I will show you guys what I mean. You can sand a ball down to 500, throw 5 or 6 shots. When you come back to it and scan it, it's going to be 4700 from the lane shine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it down to 3000. We're going to take it down to 1500. Then we're going to bring it up to 3000. Then we're going to throw some shots on it. And after about 2 or 3 shots, it should be a Venom Shock, which is what I want. So here we go. We're going to start on the snake. You want to do 6 sides of the ball. Right, front, left, back, top, bottom. And you want to sand it in a circular motion so you make sure all the grooves are going the exact same direction. Let's see. All right, we're at 1500 right now. Put it on the ball spinner and just spin it. Oh yeah, that shine's already coming off. You guys may not be able to see with the lighting, but it is dulling the ball down that fast. When we get back, oh, let's see. Well, you guys can see that pink. We'll definitely show you. Oh yeah, the snake is done. He is already dull. Whoop, almost flipped it off the spinner. We'll go to the top. Oh yeah, you guys will see it's starting to dull down a lot. Well, here you can see. Let's show the difference. Just roll it by the light. It's dull. You roll to the bottom, and you can actually see the reflection. It changes right here. That's where I have it sanded. Get the bottom of the ball. Now we're getting that pearl off of there. All right. So we've got it down to 3000. It's dull. I mean 1500. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to hit it with the 1500 pad. All right. Sorry, we're at 1500, and now I'm going to hit it with the 3000 pad. Sorry, guys. So we're taking this ball up to a 3000 grit ball. Spin it a couple times. Give it a little elbow grease. Like I said, we are not just hitting this ball to change the surface. We are sanding this ball to change the surface. We took it from a 5500 laser polish down to a 3000 sanded finish. And that is yeah, you can definitely tell the difference how dull it is now. Not sure if you guys can on camera, but it took the finish completely off. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to hit it with the Amplify spray. If you guys haven't seen the cleaning video, might want to check that out. Just want to clean off that excess dust off of there. Look how dull that ball is. All right, and we are done sanding it. Now we're about to hit the lanes again with the 3000 grit Hyper Venom. Hopefully it's going to be very close to a Venom Shock, because that's what I want. All right, guys, now we're going to see what the Hyper Venom does after we sanded it off. If you zoom in a little bit, you can see it's dull now. The snake is a dull black. The ball is dull. So what I'm hoping here is I can stay in my happy zone, 25, aim between 10 or 15, throw my normal speed, and get to the pocket. Whereas with The polish, it was trying to be long and sharp, and I was missing the pocket. This is going to smooth out the reaction down the lane. Hopefully, we're going to be very close to what a brand new Venom Shock would be. Look at that reaction. That is what we were looking for. Little more smoothness out of that ball. Instead of it being a weak and sharp ball, now I'm kind of in the weak and between sharp and smooth, which is exactly what we were looking for there. See if we can replicate that throw. Oh, and my speed at the pins was 14.6, so we're going to be about 16, probably 16 and a half offhand. So if you remember the one that I threw 16 and a half, it shot straight into the 3-pin. Try to duplicate this throw again. That's a beautiful shot. Oh man, that's a me. That is not a ball, that's a me reaction. We were at 14.7 there also, so we speed was almost perfect. That was just me throwing it, missing my line, probably not even on a full board. We'll throw the spare shot like we did last time. You saw when it was pearled and shiny, it just went straight. Watch this one. This one's gonna hook into the pin. I'm gonna take a wide left step and I'm gonna banana the ball into the pin. Oh, oh, that was another me. I threw it right in the gutter. That's great. So, but I'm going to show you something too that I could not do with the pearl. I didn't throw it like this because there was no point in it. I'm going to show you the angle that I can get with this ball now that it's sanded. I'm going to come all the way out to 35, which this ball should never, when it was shiny, would never play from 35. 35, aim at 20. I'm going to go all the way through the lane and try to come back. Oh, it's failed. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. That was the most horrible throw I could have possibly done. That was going over my finger holes. Whoa, 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 whoa. We can do that. We're going to do it one more time. We'll do that one more time, then we'll get to the happy zone. All right, 35, coming across the lane. Overhooked it, missed my mark, but that was at 35. The pearl would have slid straight into the 9 and 10 pin there. That was bad. Let's go in between there, 25 and 30. I mean 25 and 35, so let's go to 30. We're going to go to 30 and we're going to aim between the 3rd and 4th arrow. So we're going to aim between 15 and 20. It's getting there. It's picking up the lane shine. What are we on? About 5 shots here? Oh, let's try something. Might as well. It's a review video. I'm not really worried about it. I'll show you guys some strikes at the end of this. Let's try this. Danny's back here watching. That's a crazy one. I could pick that up with the Evoke. Took off. Didn't really know how to shoot that with. If that was the Evoke, I think I would have picked. I actually think I picked that up against Danny in the last video. All right, let's go back to my happy zone. We've been bouncing. We went all the way out to 35, but I'm just going to show you I can get back to my happy zone. And this ball is reacting exactly how I wanted it to. Did we leave another split? All right, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're about 8 shots. I'm going to throw this and then wipe off anything that's on the ball. Oh, that was close. All right, now we'll take my rag and we'll wipe off anything on the ball. We've got lane shine. Now we're going to really focus and try to do something. We should be, if I had a scanner and scan this ball right now, we should be at 4,700. It should be 4,700 grit, sanded pearl. So you would have the 4,000 grit Venom Shock would be at 4,700 by now. And it's the MFS reactive solid. Now I'm going to get to my happy zone, right foot, right on 25. I'm aiming at 10 or 15, trying to keep my speed at 14 and a half at the pins. It's a good shot. That would not work with the pearl. If that would have been still at 5,000 grit polish, that ball would have slid straight into the 9 and 10 pin. I may have clipped the 3, but at that speed, it would have been too long. At that speed, it would have been way too long to hit. Let's see if we can duplicate that again. Take our time. 25. Aim between 10 and 15. It's another good shot. That was so the third went slower. I don't believe that. So that was just a bad shot. That was me. All I can figure on that, I flattened. For that to be the exact same speed, I flattened that ball out. So did not throw I didn't duplicate the throw. We got the 8th, 9th, and 10th coming here. Let's see what happens. There we go. Where are we at on speed? 14.7 at the pins. Me and Danny have kind of dialed this in. We know that if that ball hits between 14.3 and 14.8 at the pins, it's going to be a strike. As long as I hit my mark and I don't flatten out. If I throw my normal throw, it's dialed in. If I throw my normal throw, it's dialed in. Let's see the speed at the pins. 13.9. I did go a little, if you notice, that was a little further outside, so it lost a little bit of speed. But that gave me a little miss room. When this was shiny, I had no miss room. None. We've just shown I can miss 3 boards inside, and that was probably 3 boards outside and still got to the pocket. Missed my mark big time. Missed my mark. Didn't flatten out. Didn't hook it. See if we can pick the spare up. We're going into the 10th. See if we can get a spare right here. I really want to banana this ball. I know I can, like I do the Evoke. The Evoke's a 2,000 grit. This is 3,000 grit. Evoke's a solid. This is a pearl that's sanded, but I really think I can banana this. There we go. See? Now, if I threw that same shot, you guys saw it when I shot with the shiny pearl, it went straight into the gutter. Straight into the gutter. All right, we may have 3 more shots with this. If I can dial in and get my line. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That was a beautiful shot. And what is the speed? It's right at 14, 13.9, I think, 14. So we know this ball can't go below that, and we know it can't go above 15. But it's giving me a 1 mile an hour difference, and it's giving me a miss zone of about 2.5 boards to the right or left. It's another good shot. It's going to overhook. Oh, no. There we go. All right. Where are we at? Right under 15. See, I thought it was going to overhook, but I threw that one faster. So I went 1 mile an hour faster on that throw. So I have a 1 mile an hour gap here, and I have a miss room of about 3 boards each way. We went way outside on that one, and we recovered to strike out the 10th. 14-1 at the pins. So, as you guys can see, the shiny pearl version slides. We have no frames left, but we're going to throw this ball and we're going to make Sean go get it out of the back, because I think we can get a 4-bagger here to end it. That's a 4-bagger to end the day. Oh no, should have ended on 3. All right, that's the game. I'm throwing an out of sequence ball. So, thank you, please come again. All right, guys, so what we learned here is when the shiny pearl is too much length. For me, it's too much length. Game 1, heavy oil pearl, the Crimson Jackal, the Attention Star, the Black Widow 3.0 Platinum. I love them. They slide right over the front, slide over the mid, snap on the back end in the last 12 to 15 feet. That's where I like the shiny pearls. When I got down in the tournament and needed the weak and sharp, it was going too long. The only way I would have got there, I would have had to adjust my speed drastically, 2 miles an hour. I didn't want to do that. So I went with the Evoke. You guys know I can play the Evoke from game 1 to game 8. Didn't do bad. I threw a 252, 251. Like I said, I just happened to run into a pro that shot a 863 scratch series, and he shot 2 300s. So someone like me who is an average bowler, decent bowler on a great day, or a half decent bowler on a great day, running up against a professional that is from Storm that is going to throw a 300 game at any time. And we were at his comfort zone lanes. He throws there all the time. So I think his worst game of the day was a 271 for the entire day of the tournament. So anyway, that's the reaction, guys, that you're looking for when you sand the pearl. Don't listen to people when they say don't sand your pearl. I'm telling you, man, you can sand the pearl. All it's going to do is read just a little earlier, and it's going to be a little smoother instead of sharp on that back end. I will probably start using this ball as my weak and smooth ball now. I may even take this down to a 2000 just to see how it works. If it was at a 2000, you could put some oil in this lane instead of it being broke down, and probably have game 3 transition ball where there's still some oil there. Probably get to the pocket and shoot. I could probably shoot a pretty high third game with that. I would say a 240 or higher with that ball, which is fine. That's what I want in the third game. I want to stay above the 237 average, and that's where I want to be at. But anyway, guys, that's what you do when you sand a pearl. And don't forget, go to the motivmaniac.com website. You can click the logos of bowlersmart.com, freewayproshop.com, and iambowling.com. You will get the cheapest prices possible with the sale price and the discounts on Bowlers Mart or Freeway Pro Shop. And at I Am Bowling, design any jersey you want. Buy some of the fast jerseys, the quick ships, the express, or you can customize them with your name, all your logos, anything you want on it on iambowling.com. If it asks for the code at checkout, use code MOTIVMANIAC. No spaces in between, and you get 20% off your order. Anyway, guys, this was a very informational video, not just for you guys, but for me. I wanted to see what the Hyper Venom would do. I own a Venom Shock and a Venom Shock Pearl. Pearl's been discontinued. Venom Shock, I think I've had 3 of those balls over the last 8 years. Still the #1 go-to ball. If you turn on anything with bowling on it and EJ is there, he's throwing a Venom Shock. EJ Taggett is throwing a Venom Shock. I don't care where he's at, what tournament it is, EJ Taggett's throwing the Venom Shock. So we just took a pink pearl 5500 laser ball. We essentially turned it into a Venom Shock, which is great for me. So I can actually keep the Venom Shock at 4,000, take this one down to 2,000, and now I've got a pretty Venom Shock and a prettier Venom Shock. So thanks for watching, guys. It's been great, and make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that little bell that gives you the notifications. That way you can be in for the free bowling ball giveaway. We are giving away a free bowling ball. If we can give a free bowling ball away before Thanksgiving, if you get us, share this. If you get us to 5,000 subscribers before Thanksgiving, I'll give more balls away for Christmas. And that's a promise. Anyway, guys, have a great day.
We're taking them out like a smack.